All right, so welcome to Who Broke My Scale, right? which, you know, I've been hearing for the last 23 years, I swear this thing is broken, you know. I'm not moving, you know, one at a time, please. And so it's amazing how we either have two choices. We allow this scale to be feedback to kind of let us know how we're doing, or we allow this scale to totally crush us and ruin our day. And so I want to help you today to let this scale be a tool to helping you be healthy and reach your dreams, right? Sounds good? Versus it being your psychologist or your psychiatrist to make you crazy and make you mad, right? Because I can only imagine we're going to talk about that. So I'm really glad I'm really excited. And again, my story is I know how to make this thing do whatever I want it to do. I'm a professional scale cheater, if it will. Hello, my name is Joe. I can cheat the scale any day. When I grew up, I got picked on. I got bullied from basically 4th grade, 5th grade. So my afternoons after school were spent running off the bus, getting into the house before I got beat up or got yelled at or even spit on, right? And then I would grab a bag of pecan sandies, because that's what my mom had in the house, and I would sit and watch Deputy Dog, and then Woody Woodpecker, and by that time, then it got time for dinner. And I spent 4th grade, I spent 5th grade, and I spent a lot of 6th grade. That was, so imagine coming home every day, and I know if this has been your story, but food quickly became not my friend, but my enemy. But I also used it to hide too, and I'd close all the blinds. I can remember, I'd close all the curtains, they'd knock on the door, and I'd pretend no one was home. That was kind of how I spent 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. My parents both worked midnights, so during that time, I was the latchkey kid. I'd come on, unlock the door, let myself in. They would wake up. God forbid you wake mom and dad up. Oh, don't do that, right? You know, that's not fun. And then that's my life. And that didn't have a very positive effect, on my self-esteem or on my weight, and my nickname was Super Blubber, okay? Now, was I overweight? Was I really fat? I thought I was, based on what everybody else called me, right? But in 7th grade, I learned this really cool sport called wrestling. And in wrestling, you starved yourself to make weight. Well, that was really cool because I could go 3 days without eating anything, not drink any water, and I'd get on that scale, and then I would make weight, right? But then how do you think my performance was when I got on the mat? Pretty pathetic, right? Pretty pathetic. And so you're going to learn today that I want to maximize your P and L, right? Any accounting majors in here? You're P and L, right? We want to maximize that. Woo! That means your performance in your life in this office, right? Leah takes care of my other P&L, right? Okay? Or Alex, you know, so I want to maximize your P&L, your performance in life, because it doesn't really matter what this scale says. Are you maximizing your performance in life? So 7th grade, I learned I could starve myself, I could do things, I could wear sweatsuits, you know. Who cares how healthy it is? I could make this scale say exactly what I wanted to say. And then finally I started growing a little taller too. And then 8th grade, guess what? I really cut weight. I cut like 20 pounds in 8th grade. Went down like 98 pounds. And then my mom was kind of worried about me because I was like looking a little pale, a little sucked out. I'd kind of walk around like this. But I didn't matter because I was beating the scale. I was winning the weight, right? And then high school came, still kept wrestling, started getting in shape. It wasn't quite chunky, but still always had these things called love handles. And no matter how many days I went without eating, I could never get rid of them. And they were my identity. That if I could just get rid of these things, then I would be strong, right? Didn't matter how much I could lift or bench press or whatever I could do. It was these darn love handles I wanted to get rid of, right? And so I can literally remember starving myself for 2 or 3 days, making weight, and then guess what I would eat right after I made weight? Salami sandwiches, Mountain Dew, you know. So guess how that was afterwards, right? That night, I'd be so stuffed that night that literally I had like a baby coma, like a baby, what do you call those? Baby belly, you know. I was pregnant with salami sandwiches and all kinds of stuff. What is it? A food baby. I had a food baby on me, right? But I mastered the scale. But the thing is that I would watch these guys who wouldn't cut weight and go up a weight class, and they had lots of energy, maximize their P&L, and they do great. I was better than them, but yet they had more success. It made me mad. So then came college, right? And I got really good at that, mastering the whole thing, but never put it all together. And it was about our 2nd year of marriage when I realized, look, something's not right. I'm doing what the experts say to be healthy, and I'm getting worse. I'm having my bagel and orange juice in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, I'm in a coma. You can't wake me up. My eyes are like, and I'm like, oh, now I just need some coffee. Pound the coffee. It wasn't working, right? And I developed the yeast stuff and candida stuff and bag under my eyes, and I'm getting emotional, and it was pathetic, right? And then I started realizing what health was all about. Because what the world was telling me to be an athlete and be healthy, right? Eat pasta and just do this and power up, right? It was totally, literally killing me. Where I was actually getting fatter, but skinnier. I'd have sugar cravings like crazy, and it just, I was literally, and my mom and dad are both borderline, well, they're not borderline, they have heart disease. My dad's had bypass surgery, blood pressure pills most of their life, you know. So I was starting to walk myself into that. I have an aunt with diabetes, and I'm like, not me, I'm the healthy one, but it was just could not get over it. And so I've been where you're at. And now, this thing doesn't control my life, right? God controls my life. But I use this as a tool. I got on the scale today just to check it out, right? He's like, you're right on. What you're doing is working. So I use this. But it didn't tell me, you're ugly, you're fat, or you're beautiful, you're amazing. It didn't tell me anything. It just read 188 pounds, 9% body fat. Which, going on 50, I'm kind of proud of that because what I'm doing is working, right? I'm not the same person I used to be. So I want to give you the secrets and the things to do in order to happen that so people don't call you super blubber, okay? And I really love what I'm learning because it's working with my family. You see my kids here, my beautiful wife here. And so I traveled around the world to the Olympics. I traveled to world championships because in judo and wrestling, you all have to make weight. But you also have to be at your best or you're going to get crushed by some Iranian guy named Bruno, right? Or some French girl named Fifi. And they're not very nice, right? And I've seen it. And again, they try Diet Coke and Diet Soda, and by their third match, they're shaking because of the toxins in their body, and they're not maximizing their P&L. See, I want you to maximize your P&L. I want you to be healthy. You don't understand. I've seen the pain. I've seen the pain of weight loss and what it does to somebody. I've seen people try to inject themselves with shots to lose weight. I've seen people go on the crab diet where all they ate was crab meat, and all they ate was salmon meat. And if you're a kid and you're at the table when your mom's eating the crab meat, it doesn't smell very good, all right? So I've been there. I've seen the heartache and the abuse and the words and everything designed around you're not good enough because you don't weigh this. You're fat. Why don't you just lose some weight? Or aren't you on a diet? Why? I've heard that. I've seen it. I've been the recipient of that. And again, I've never once said to my kids, that's going to make you fat. I may say that's not your friend. I'm not going to lie to you. Go ahead and eat the Big Mac. No, that's not your friend. There's a way to say it in a positive way, and that's why I want to encourage you with everything today. All right? So we're going to have some fun. Everybody say, I'm going to have some fun.
I'm going to have some fun.
High five the person to you on the right. Yeah. Hey. Good. Just making sure you're awake, all right? And again, if you have a pen, write this down. 303. 303. Just write it down once, 303. 349. 6011. That's the Who Broke My Scale hotline. Dr. Joe, I'm at a restaurant. What do I eat? Text me that. What do they have there? They got chicken. Okay. I'm at a Mexican restaurant. Great. Have the fajitas. Skip the tortilla. I'm at Qdoba's. I'm at Good Times. I'm at whatever restaurant. I'm stuck. I'm at a party. What can I eat? Text me. I'll get the text. I'll text you back what to eat, and I'll bail you out of it. 303-349-6011. I respond to text faster. If you call me, I eventually will call you back. But sometimes in an emergency, texting is the fastest way, okay? And then also my website is Spine Geek. Everybody say Spine Geek. Tons of videos on exercise, tons of videos on weight loss, all these things here. And then also most of you have my email address. It's on our business card. It's on somewhere on one of these papers. If not, grab it. But that's how you get a hold of me. I'm here for you. 24/7, 365, text me. Some of you had a really bad weekend, and I was only 4 miles away down the road. Well, I heard. Why didn't you call me? I didn't want to bother you. Well, if I didn't want you to bother me, I wouldn't have given you my phone number. I'm here for you, right? Everybody says, oh, Dr. Joe, you're so busy. Really, I'm not. I'm really just kind of doing my thing. I'm here all the time doing my thing, but it's like you're never bothering me. I'm here on this earth to take care of you, making sure that you don't have a love-hate, more hate relationship with this, and that you don't have to go through the emotional pain I went through, okay? I'm very specific and very, very passionate about that. That's my family. Love them to death. Love them to death. Luke's in Washington, D.C. right now, learning about Washington, D.C. It's my wife, Leah. That's me getting my head squished by Shrek here. and that's May, and that's Grant. This is Rulon Gardner, Olympic medalist, gold medalist, actually. And you see, here's one hand, here's the other hand, and he's just like, and we're like, ah! But it was fun. It was fun. So, don't step on it. It makes you cry. I don't want any more crying anymore, right? This is just a tool to check in, to keep yourself accountable. This is not a psychologist, a psychiatrist. This does have no power or authority over your life. Whatever this scale says does not dictate who you are, right? Now, some of you are going to fight me to the death. Yeah, but I know. I've been there, right? Yeah, but blah, 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 healthy. I just want to lose 10 pounds now. So the thing is that, so what if you did get the scale to move? Is that just like your husband and your kids are all of a sudden going to obey you the first time you say something? Does that mean your dog's going to like you, right? So what if you just lose that extra 10 pounds? Then what? Will you be happier? Will you be, what do you hope to achieve, right? Because just because that scale moves towards 0 doesn't guarantee you more time with your grandkids. It doesn't guarantee your happiness. It just might mean that they have to make a smaller coffin for you. It doesn't really matter. Now, again, some of you may say, oh no, I just want to be 10 times. You're so tunnel focused. I get so tunnel focused on that number to make that weight that nothing else matters, and I'll kill myself or hurt myself just so I hit that number. I know none of you think that way, but I should think that way, right? Because my longevity, being able to go to college and get a varsity letter at Eastern Michigan University Wrestling, is I had to make that weight first. If I didn't make that weight, I'm off the team. Not good. Why is this scale moving so important? These are questions I want you to ask yourself. Why is it so important that scale moves? If it doesn't, who's not going to like you? Who's not going to accept you? I don't know. These are all the psychobabble things that we put on ourselves, right? I get a little amen maybe? Am I stepping on some toes? And what has your scale been telling you so far? Anybody want to share? And mine was like, good job. Because I actually use my scale now to say, okay, because I start feeling, and again, don't throw stuff at me, but even I go, oh man, I shouldn't have had that pizza last night. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to get unhealthy. How can you be unhealthy and be a world leader in health, blah, blah, blah. Hey, the same voice gets in my head too, right? Even though it can be full of crap, but I get on a scale, the scale says, no, you're fine. Shut up, idiot. Okay, so then I go, right? So what does the scale tell you? Does anybody want to share? Good, you're losing, all right? Good. Anything else? Is it positive? Is it negative? Something's got to change, okay? Yeah, it changed. Good, good. Anybody have a mean, nasty scale that talks mean things to you? You don't have to raise your hand. But sometimes, and especially I've heard, okay, my girls aren't that old anymore, but the girls will have a sleepover, and the little girls, and they'll get on the scale. Let's see what you weigh. Let's see what you weigh. And you have these skinny rail girls who are just taller than everybody else, and they weigh more than everyone else, and they go, oh, you're the fat one, right? And so now this whole girl is scarred from 3rd grade on, right? Because someone called her fat. And again, 30 years later, you remember that conversation, but they don't, right? But yet you carry that. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And again, getting healthy does promise a better life, right? Getting healthy does promise a better P&L. Losing weight may not. But if you get healthy, then I'm going to talk to you about how you reach your ideal weight. I want you at your ideal weight. Some of you may have to gain weight. Don't throw things at me. I'm just telling you as it is. To get healthy, to have longevity, to have energy, physically, emotionally, mentally, right? Some of you are going to lose weight. Hallelujah, and you'll love me forever, right? Until you can, but I just want that 10 more pounds off, right? Because we get greedy then. Oh, if I can just get a little more, right? I mean, how much money do you want to make next year? Just a little bit more, right? Okay? So, why can't I lose weight? Why am I unhappy with my weight? See, this could easily be 4 hours of psychological, just kind of what's going on, why aren't you happy? Did your dog bite you in 3rd grade? Okay, it's time to get over it. Let's stop using food as your comfort, as your baby blanket, right? Because in America, food is our drug. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine, right? It's easier to get you off cocaine and heroin and beer and cigarettes and alcohol than it is off sugar. And we break it. Everywhere you go, we have these holidays that are all wrapped around sugar. And so, it's my hormones, my thyroid, sleep, stress. My goal today is to turn you into a fat-burning machine. Is that okay? Yeah. Fat-burning machine, right? Because if your body burns fat and not sugar, then everything's going to take care of itself. But here's what I want you to understand. Your ideal weight starts here, inside the womb. Your greatest nutritionist, your greatest doctor, your greatest healer is inside of you. And so there's ways to take this thing that God made and make it healthy, and there's ways to take this thing that God made and destroy it. And if your scale's not your friend, it's because you haven't taught you what to do to make yourself healthy and strong. Okay? So this is the poster. It's going to save healthcare, because I kind of feel like back in the olden days, the Bible was only written in Latin, and no one could read it. And everybody had to just come to the priest or the father or the pastor and had to do whatever they said. Okay? But then they translated the Bible, and everybody started reading it, and what happened? It's called Reformation. Everybody else could now fall in love with God and have a great relationship. Well, that's kind of how I feel it's been for the last 50 to 100 years, is whatever the doctor says you have to do. Don't question it. I'm the authority, right? Okay? And my mom and sister are nurses, and I'm a doctor, and I see how it is. But I want people to understand, to get healthy, so that we can take the stress off the healthcare system and be healthy. So here's some simple questions I want you to understand. First of all, grass, right? Your yard. I know we're in Colorado, so when I say grass, I have to differentiate between what we're doing here, right? When I say potluck, I can't say potluck anymore either. So what color did God make your grass to be? Green, right? Makes sense? Green. And if I step on the garden hose, and we now shut off the water or turn down the water going to your grass, except this week, what's going to happen to your grass? What color will it turn? It's going to turn brown, right? Now, guests, my patients here know the faster you answer my questions, the shorter we get, the faster we get, the sooner we get done, right? So we won't be here till 4 o'clock. So you got to get this, though, because if you get this, it's going to give you power. So you're made to be healthy green grass. I step on the hose. My grass starts to move towards something, then eventually shows up brown grass, right? And if you stay on the hose, then what eventually happens to your grass? It goes dead or turns to dirt, right? Now, what if I'm brown grass and I hire a lot of fancy landscapers? I buy some organic fertilizer. I give the lawn shots for whatever, Botox shots, you know. I do liposuction to the brown grass, right? Will that brown grass then go to green? No. It's going to keep moving towards what you don't want, but you're paying you're paying money for promises to be made to you. Oh, well, you just do this, but you keep going here. That's how your body is made. That's how your body's made. The problem right now, some of you, why you're not losing weight, is because you're unhealthy, you're brown grass. It's not your fault. You're doing everything you can. I'm going to show you how to get off the hose, okay? And if you get off the hose and turn the water back onto your grass, what does your grass have to do? Key word, have to do. It has to go back the way God created it. Does God want your grass green? Yes. Does God want you healthy, skinny, and young and strong? Absolutely. Don't question that. Well, God's going to make me this way to teach me a lesson. No, He's not. He has plenty of other ways to teach you a lesson. He'll give you kids and grandkids. Trust me. He'll teach you lessons, right? He's not going to use your health to teach you a lesson, just to straighten you up or smarten you up, right? But don't we think that sometimes? I mean, man, there's a verse that says, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy and lie to us. Well, how's it working so far? Just look out there. You believe a lie, I believe a lie, then it becomes a behavior, it becomes an action, and we wrap our whole world around that one lie, right? I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, if I can just make this scale happy. Is this helping make sense? Yeah. And so I'm going to show you how to get off the hose and take your life, take your body, take your health from brown grass to green grass, okay? Now, if in the process of going from brown grass to green grass, you lose weight, hallelujah. That's the way to do it and get healthy. Because some of you could say, oh, I have brown grass, lose 20 pounds, lose 100 pounds, and still be brown grass and be sicker than ever. It's not the losing weight thing, right? You can bypass your gut, you can staple your stomach, you can lap band, whatever you want. And you're treating the brown grass. You're not treating the reason why you're not treating the reason why, you're not getting to the cause of the problem. Okay? So, whenever your thinking, your nerve system, your food, lack of exercise, or you dump toxins into your body, Whenever you don't focus on these things, that causes a kink in the hose and things begin to go wrong. Can you think yourself healthy or sick? We just talked about that, right? You get on a scale, you're ugly, don't like you, you're not good enough, right? I don't know why yours talks, but that's what mine says. Okay? I'll talk about your nerve system and how we have a guy who lost 100 pounds and all he did is he corrected his posture from this to this. Food matters. We'll talk about that. Exercise matters. And a lot of us don't lose weight because we're toxic. We're toxic, right? Can I pour antifreeze on, does antifreeze do the same as water on my grass? No. But we think somehow, oh, can I mix a little bit of water with my gasoline and put it in the engine? It'll still make the dial go to full, right? But what's going to happen to your P&L of your car, your performance in life? Not very good. Make sense? So, this is a hormone sympathy, right? Everybody say hormones. And they're blaming everything. They're blaming your hypothalamus, your pituitary, gonads, thymus. Okay, these are for men, not for women. Thymus, all these different things all dance together. It's a symphony. They all dance together. Now, here's the thing you understand. In the womb, the first organ formed was your brain and spinal cord. Then your brain and spinal cord talked to all the organs, all those hormones, and told them how to dance, right? So your brain tells your insulin, your thyroid, your cortisol levels, all these hormones to stay in balance. Your brain and nervous system runs all that, all right? So it's not, then it all kind of dances together, right? And that alone, just this one, this is a 4-hour biochemistry endocrinology workshop. So just trust me, okay? But here's the things to understand. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, cortisol, thyroid. You all see commercials on these things, don't you? You see all creams and potions and lotions and things like that to try to change this because then it'll make your life happy, make your scale change, right? Well, yes, you do need to keep these healthy. But the reason why they're brown grass isn't because you're not taking that lotion enough or that pill or that potion. That just makes you even more brown grass. And so when you start to work with these 5 essentials that I'm going to show you, all these begin to come into balance. And they begin to do what you want it to do. So again, when these get out of balance, everything gets out of whack, and they right now call it estrogen dominance, right? Estrogen dominance is not when you have 4 daughters in the house and you're just the only guy, right? Estrogen dominance is not when your mother-in-law comes to the house and she rules everything, right? Estrogen dominance is when you become irritable, anxiety, hot flashes, insomnia, weight gain, migraines, and depressions, right? So if I just focused my practice on these things here, I think we'd be busier than we are right now. But these are the things that people are getting better from. But when I see all these different symptoms, those are just signs of brown grass. They don't have to be there. They may be common, but they're not normal. They're not normal. They don't have to be there. They don't have to control your life. But you have to know what you're doing that's sabotaging you, that's throwing you out of balance. And you may not like some of the things, oh, that ain't it. No, that's it. That's it. And it's not rocket science. It's going to cause you to take responsibility for your own life to change it. Well, can I just take a pill? No, because how's that working so far, right? So again, what are my choices telling my body to do? Because it's your choices that's causing your brown grass. Your choices are causing interference. $1 billion question. When is your grass in trouble? The minute I stepped on the hose or the moment you notice the symptom of the brown grass? The symptom. So some of you, if not all of you, have taken a test to look at your choices that are causing kinks in your hose that's causing your brown grass. Whether it's weight loss, whether it's hormone issues, whether it's depression, whatever the symptoms are, those are all brown grass. And we have to turn the power back on, turn the water back on, get off the hose with how you do your daily choices so that you can begin to live yourself back to green grass. Now, this is not magic. This is not medicine. So it's not going to necessarily happen tomorrow, okay? But I'm going to tell you what to do starting tomorrow so that in 30 days, some of you could be a completely different person. I've seen 20 or 30 pounds come off in 30 days, right? You got to get strict. But it doesn't mean you're going to starve yourself. You may eat yourself that way, right? I'll tell you exactly what to do so it is possible, if that's what your body wants to kick in and do, right? Okay. So, 5 essentials gone wrong. First of all, stinking thinking. when oh, I'm just hard on myself. Well, how's that working for you? Science says that when you stress out over things, when you stinking thinking, when you don't can take control of your thoughts, when you don't give that person driving who just cut you off a benefit of the doubt, that your subconscious and your conscious goes, okay, they're stressed out, crank up the stress hormones, which makes that inner tube around your belly, the love handles I couldn't get rid of, right? Okay, which I still think I have because I am just morbidly obese and fat, right? No. But again, that's my lie, not yours. Get your own lie. But cortisol leads to fat storage, high blood pressure, impaired glucose metabolism, decreased thyroid function, and decreased immunity. So when I say, hey, where's your smile at? That may be the very thing that's causing you brown grass. That you can do everything right, but if you don't forgive yourself and get rid of bitterness, and again, you can't control anybody. All you can do is control yourself. So be nice to yourself. If your best friend talked to you the way you talk to you, or I talk to me, we'd punch him in the nose, right? And you think, oh, Dr. Joe, wishy woo woo wah. No, that's it. It's not because you haven't been to Walgreens enough. It hasn't because you haven't gotten a scale enough. It isn't because you don't have enough health insurance. It's because it's right here. Everything I'm going to show you today is within your control and your power if you will take responsibility for your life. Because when you point your finger at somebody, you got 3 more pointing back at you, right? And I'm talking to me more than anything else, right? Okay, so thinking does matter, all right? Sometimes being a parent is just plain hard, right? It's impossible. Because why? We put our identity in what the scale says. We put our identity in how our kids turn out. Now you do your part. But after age 15, they've heard you complain enough. They've heard you yell them enough. My kids have. Amen, kids? So if they start making dumb choices, that's on them. They're at what's called the age of reason, right? They're at the age of reason. They know better. I told you 100 times the stove's hot. You want to keep touching? Fine, knock yourself out. Now that's not hard. That's not easy, right? That's not easy, but it is where it is. We have to learn in time. We can't let our children dictate our health because we want to be there for our grandkids to use them to get back at our children. You know what I'm saying? Can I get an amen? So you got to stay strong so you can tell your kids, here, when mommy does this, do this, so. And then your nerve system, so what you think matters. Now, here's the thing, like I talked about in the womb. What made you in the womb? Your nerve system. It controls all function. If that baby comes out at 5 months and not 9 months, why is that a problem? You're not done cooking. Well, is it your diet? Is it your thinking? Is it your exercise? Is it the medication do you rub belly cream on your belly to make the baby grow? No, it's the nerve system of that baby that's growing it. And again, the problem with healthcare in America is that no one is tapping into this and using it. Nobody. If I could get everyone in my office and everyone and you guys do a really good job here, I'm proud of you. Let me say that. If I get everyone out there, somebody take care of their nerve system, forget diet, forget exercise, forget stinking thinking, and we just start making this better, then you're going to begin to think differently, act differently, and begin to want to quit smoking, be a nicer person, and start eating food. It's an inside-out thing, not an outside-in thing, right? So this spine here is bad. Your spine should normally be straight from the front. And again, this is not a chiropractic talk. This is a weight loss talk. So your spine has to be straight from the front if you want all your organs to dump the fat like you want it to. Your posture has to be good like this if you want your body to dump the fat and get in great shape. If you lose the curve in your neck because you're texting everybody, right, or you're on the computer all the time, these nerves right here go to your thyroid. Your thyroid controls metabolism. I think I'm weird if I'm not on some kind of thyroid medication because everybody else is. Why am not I, right? But it's right here. And we want to try to take a pill to make our T3 and our T4 and our binding. I mean, talk about a biology seminar, right? Crazy as far as thyroid, because your thyroid is connected to your pituitary, to your hormones. I could go on for hours, but the problem is that get your spine fixed, get it going this way, then your thyroid can breathe, kick in metabolism. You might just lose 10 pounds from that. Okay, the problem is never the problem. It's the issue right here. And that's what it shows is right here, when your spine's bending that way, look how it's kinking the hose. This should all be open like this. See how it's kinking that right there? Green grass or brown grass? Where's the brown grass going to show up? Right in everything else. Hormones, organs, muscles, emotions, body, mind, spirit, it all is connected. And that kink in that hose affects you holistically, 360, all around. Body, mind, spirit shuts down. Not just, oh, I have neck pain. So some of you who are patients, all of you are patients, when I tell you to do your home rehab, well, I'm too busy. Fine. Then you won't lose the weight, you won't get healthy, and your thyroid's going to stay crappy. My neck doesn't hurt. It has nothing to do with neck pain. It has everything to do with getting the kink off the hose, okay? And again, when you pinch the nerves up in your neck, serotonin, that's your happy hormone. When your serotonin levels are all off, then you get unhappy, you get depressed, it causes all kinds of issues to happen. But again, what's the first thing the doctor pulls on when you're born in the hospital? The head. So from day one, you might not have been a happy camper, fussy baby, colic, crying, all that, right? But in society, does anybody say, take your baby to the Maximized Living doctor and check for birth trauma? No, that's the problem. You've been uneducated. You're hiring all kinds of fancy fertilizer and all kinds of fancy doctors to work on the brown grass, but nobody's working for you to get back to green grass, and that's why the scale won't move. That's why nothing will move, right? So, all right. That's why I love being a chiropractor. So why won't the scale move? Maybe as an infant, your eyes were floating in one way or another. Maybe you had colic, head tilt, constipation, diarrhea, ear infections. You were fussy as a baby. When's the grass in trouble? The minute you stepped on the hose or the moment you notice the symptoms of brown grass? See, to me, this is brown grass. If I see this in a baby 40 years later, duh, you've had 40 years of kink in the hose, right? A child, bedwetting, growing pains, asthma. Oh, that's just normal part of what color should grass be? Green. I don't know about you, I'm creating God's image. I should be healthy and strong for up to 120 years. Everything functioning like it's supposed to, right? So this is not normal. It may be common, but it's not normal. So when I see this, well, don't worry, they'll grow out of it. Yeah, into something else, diabetes, heart disease, obesity, metabolic syndrome. Is this making sense? Okay? So not sleeping through the night, diarrhea, my tummy hurts, emotionally not happy, teenagers, menstrual fatigue, eczema skin, sleep problems. You're like, oh, hopefully each one of you has a light bulb going off going, well, I had that. I had this. I had that. It's not independent. If you've had this, how long have you had it? All my life. Well, that's why the scale's not moving, because you're brown grass. I don't care if you're a size 2 or a size 22. You're brown grass. Skinny people are just as sick as people who aren't skinny. Well, I can eat a bag of chips and stay the same weight. Oh, yeah? Wait till you turn 40. Because, I've had the worst year of my life. I turned 40, and by 41, no. Understand, it was 20 and 25, thinking you could do whatever you wanted to do and keep abusing your grass. And now at 40, payback time. Your body's like, fine, I'm done, right? And then as an adult, we have headaches, menstrual problems, high blood pressure, depression. See, all these things, what do they usually give you for? Pills. And what's one of the one side effects of pills? Weight gain, bloating, depression. I'm like, oh, that's all you want more of, right? No more of that. Neck pain, dizziness, fatigue, acid reflux, food intolerances, asthma and allergies, colds, constipation, focus, sleep problems, eczema skin. So if you have this, that may be the reason why your scale's not moving or you're a brown grass, and we got to get you healthy so everything begins to move. We got to get you back to green grass, right? Makes sense? Because if you just keep doing what you're doing, you don't just stay there. You keep going to dead grass. And I don't want that for anybody. So food them. So stress can make you brown grass, scale not move. Your spine can kink the organs that are supposed to make the scale move, and they shut down. But then what about food, right? Anything you eat that's not made by God or made from a plant doesn't belong in your body. Again, can you put water in a gas tank? Yeah, you can. Will it make the dial go to full? Sure. But how's your P&L going to be, your performance in life? Not very good. So just because it comes in a box and it's at a store, even a health food store, doesn't mean it's going to make you green grass. So you got to learn, and we'll get to that in just a minute, how to pull this off, right? I'm just letting you know right now that it may not be your fault the scale's not moving. Because some of you have been listening to your doctor or to the TV and stuff and doing everything they say. So I'm not here to question your sincerity. I'm not here to question your busyness or your effort. I'm simply saying, hey, let's just find the hose that's being kinked and undo that, and you'll be fine. Because they lie to you out there, right? Diet Coke. Diet Coke, right? What do they tell you? The more Diet Coke I drink, what? I'll look great and do-do-do-do-do, right? But when you research it, how bad that is for you, here's another problem. I've got literally like 4 weeks of talking. I've been so full. I'm excited. I want to open up an addiction center. because we are more addicted to sugar than anything else. So I really have grown in compassion over the last few months, if not year. I continually, every month I have a more compassion and love for people because it's like, okay, get off sugar. Okay, sure, Dr. Joe, whatever you say. And I'm like, behavior modification will not change the scale. Willpower will not change the scale. Maybe temporarily, but I want life transformation. I want people looking at you and going, girl or guy, what are you doing? You are not the same person, and I want whatever it is you have. That's what I want for each of you. Life transformation, not just better willpower, not just do better habits, but literally the power of God to come down like the road to Damascus, turn you upside down, and you are not the same person. Now you're happy, you're strong, you're full of power, you're full of life, you're fun to be with, you're fun to be around, and you're a blessing to others, right? Not saying you are not that right now, but I think there's some room for improvement for all, especially me. I'm number one. But the problem is that if you think stinking, if your posture's bad, and you're putting in the sad diet, standard American diet, here's the evilness of this. Not only, what if you did have Red Bull and Mountain Dew and salami sandwiches, and you did gain 10 pounds? That's bad enough. But the problem is that now you're growing diabetes and cancer and Alzheimer's and all these other. So it's not just a weight issue, that literally you are functionally shutting down body, mind, and spirit. It's a great way to destroy the human race by simply letting them eat what Americans eat, do the medication, and simply just focus on the brown grass. That right there is a whole other workshop talk in itself, right? But when I eat sugar, that has a physical, emotional, spiritually negative effect that makes me go from green grass to brown grass. Does that make sense? So it's not, just one candy bar. It's only one French fry. Understand, though, that one French fry stays in your system and can sabotage you for 90 days. I read that if you're gluten intolerant and you can't handle wheat really well, that one meal will wreak havoc in your body for the next 6 months. That's how bad it is, because it's not food and it has that much more of a negative effect on your body. It's downright evil, and the problem is they put stuff in there to make us addicted to it. So we have to learn how to get you healthy so that you're no longer addicted to the things that are sabotaging you. Because it's not behavior modification. You only can change behaviors for so long, and then you're going to self-sabotage, they call it, and go back. So I've been learning a lot about that, especially in Max Mind, what we can do about it. So like calories, right? It's all about calories. It's all about calories, right? A Bugle has this calorie. You go to different weight loss companies. Doesn't matter what you eat. Just look at the calories. Well, Twinkie or almonds? Okay, who made Twinkies? Man. Who made almonds? God, right? So, and they're both 150 calories. So which one's going to make you green grass? The almonds or the Twinkies? Almonds. Now, out there, though, they'll tell you, it doesn't matter. It's all about calories. You've been lied to. Look at the partner next to you and say, you've been lied to. Okay? Is this helping? Is this making sense? Yeah. So, and again, for men, sugar, right? Because women do a really good job. It's men that come home with Big Macs. Say, here, I brought some dinner for everybody, right? So the thing is that everybody's talking about their low testosterone levels. The problem is that low testosterone is due to your intake of sugar and stuff. So everybody say xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens. This is not some goddess warrior from a different planet that, whatever. Xenoestrogens are toxins. So if you can't pronounce what's in your food, if you can't pronounce what's in whatever you're drinking, if you can't pronounce anything, it's in whatever, it has this. And it mimics, like so soy. You put it in your body needs certain things to balance their hormones. When you put something in your body that's toxic, it acts like that hormone regulator, but it's not, so it throws your hormones out of whack even more. And again, this is a whole nother 5-hour deep, but I want you to understand that it does matter. And so it throws everything up and it disrupts your estrogens. So what does that? Well, certain coffees, okay, not all coffees, Crappuccino more or less coffees, right? Canola oil is not real food. Commercially raised beef and chicken, not real food. Pesticides, herbicides, not real food, right? And that we eat over 1 pound a year of that. So again, the problem with these things you can't pronounce is that every year there's more and more released to you They weren't around 40 years ago, these chemicals. They weren't around, so we didn't have all those problems 40 years ago, right? And we have to be on guard, and we have to know. So how do you get these things out? Well, ladies, I have something for you to watch.
Hi, I'm Mia Davis, Head of Health and Safety at Beautycounter. Did you know it's perfectly legal for companies to use chemicals linked to cancer and hormone disruption in cosmetics and other products that we use every day? Well, it is. And at Beautycounter, we think this is unacceptable. It's our mission to get safer products in the hands of everyone and to serve as an educational resource for you as you try to reduce your exposure to toxic chemicals. Maybe you've heard of the terms carcinogen or hormone disruptor. I'm going to spend a minute today just talking about what these things are and how you can avoid them. Hormone disruptors or endocrine disruptors are chemicals that can interfere with the body's endocrine system. This is a very complex and important system. It regulates our mood, growth, development, sexual function, reproductive health, and even metabolism. So even slight changes to the hormone system can have big effects. Some chemicals act as mimics and can fool the body into a response. Others act as blockers and can cause the overproduction or underproduction of hormones in our bodies. Any of these changes can potentially have big effects on our reproductive, our developmental, our neurological, or our immune systems. Some people say, aren't these really small amounts of hormone disruptors that we're talking about? And the answer is yes. But small amounts can be even more dangerous than large amounts. This is because the body makes and regulates and responds to really small amounts of hormones in our daily lives naturally. So when we're exposed to hormone disruptors in small amounts throughout the day, it can fool the body into responding. Hormone disruptors are found in a wide variety of products and places. DDT and other pesticides are often hormone disruptors. These are found in our food system and even in our backyards. Bisphenol A, or BPA, is a potent hormone disruptor that's used as the building block of polycarbonate plastics, that hard, clear plastic. It's also in the resins that line food cans, so use caution when eating canned foods. Parabens are another kind of hormone disruptor. Those are preservatives very common in the cosmetic industry. Phthalates, which are common in fragrance, in personal care products, and in household cleaning products, those have been linked to reproductive toxicity and hormone disruption. We hope you found this information helpful. Please share it with those who matter to you most. See you next time.
So, I've smelt most of you today. You smell nice. Okay, no one's single up by himself, but again, how do those toxins get in, right? How does the sugar get in? I'm doing my best here, right? Look at your products. And we'll look at that in just a second, but that's why I love Mrs. Arve being here for more than many reasons. But, you know, we've had our health issues. You know, we've dealt with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. We've dealt with organs moving to other zip codes because you had big babies. We've dealt with all that stuff. And then we've worked hard. So why keep sabotaging the process with everyday products and not knowing the difference? There is a difference in the products you put on your skin. Your skin's your largest organ. You're absorbing those very things. You're taking all your vitamins and all the workouts, and then you just put your lotion on, your makeup on, you're wearing it, and you do it, you know, 365, 24/7, right? And I know beauty knows no pain, but even guys, right? We'll do our stuff. But the thing is, it's kind of like you're never getting ahead. And what happens to the scale? It never moves. It never moves because you're toxic. So I encourage you to check out Eileen today. Maybe if you're out of some lotion, you're getting ready to run out of something, try one little thing and try it and feel the difference. Because what we use, and I use it for my girls, and to prevent it from happening. And I love it. So again, okay, so now exercise. Stress, spine, nerve system, food, okay, toxins, and then exercise. You have to exercise. Now, while you're not exercising, or the wrong kind of exercise, we'll talk about in a minute. But here's the problem. If you're too busy to work out even 6 to 12 minutes a day, then that's okay, but what's the negative effect on your body? It's going to decrease growth hormone and testosterone. It's going to raise your stress hormones, which makes your love handles grow, will cause your body to burn muscle, not fat, right? You ever see marathon runners? Are they really buff and strong? No, they got saggy skin. Their training does that to them. They burn muscle, not fat. So you get that triple wave, double wave going, right? You get the skin under your neck going, and you're working out every day for an hour on a treadmill. That workout may be actually sabotaging you, and that's why the scale won't move, and that's why you can't get the body composition you want. And then you decrease your sensitivity to sugar. Your body makes more fat, okay? Makes more fat, not less fat. Because you're exercising every day, but the wrong way, or you're too busy to exercise. Well, if I can show you in a minute how to exercise in 6 to 12 minutes a day, would that be helpful to you? Yeah, good, okay. So now some of you have, or you have not, fill out your LRQ. The LRQ is a life risk questionnaire. It's very picky, right? Some of you yell at that like the way you yell at your scale. What do you mean? I'm in crisis. I'm not in crisis. It's just a number that helps me see where you're at, right? We're always working to make it better and make it improved. Someday it may not be 100 questions, but right now it is, right? But it helps me dial in. I look at an x-ray of your spine, and I can say, okay, we got work to do, right? We want to make it go like that. That's really easy for me to control. But once you leave here, I hear one thing from my kids, but I see something else. So the LRQ shows me how, whether you know it or not, what we're doing, right? Because I don't want any surprises. Our cancer killer book's about Dr. Majors, who thought he was healthy and had 4 brain tumors in his brain. Now, how do you think you're healthy and you grow 4 tumors in your brain, right? And he was sent home to die. Well, what did he do? He found out where the kinks in the hose were in each of the essentials, fixed them, kept them fixed, and now 5 years later, he is completely cancer-free. And he didn't do any chemotherapy, he didn't do anything they talked about the brown grass. He just focuses a whole lot on becoming green grass, and his body grew the cancer, and now it took away the cancer, and now he's strong. And he's healthy, and he's at his ideal weight. What if they just took all the tumors out of his body? So, okay, we got them all. Isn't he still stick at brown grass? And he still didn't do anything to get back to green grass. That's why we call it cancer killer. We don't like the word cancer survivor. Well, I just survived it. That means you're brown grass waiting for the next wave to come, right? And hoping your insurance covers it. We call it cancer killers because a green grass body kills cancer every day, and doesn't let it grow out of control. So the customized report gives you a number that shows us whether you're crisis, pre-crisis, need improvement, above average, very good, or great. My goal for most of us in a realistic world is to get 40 or below. You can do that, but you have to work at it? Yes. You just have to be consciously aware of what you're doing? Yes. And in months or years in time, can you get there? Absolutely. We just have to fix your want to. Okay? So if you're at 0 to 5, great. Little risk. So it means you have a great risk of being there for your grandkids. You have a great risk to be at your great-grandkids' wedding. You have a great risk of living and being strong and being a blessing to people. That's what that number means. 6 to 19 is very good. It means you have a very good chance of being healthy. You have a very good chance of being at your ideal weight. You have a very good chance of reaching your dreams and being that person you want to be. Can you see what I'm saying? It's not just the number. It's the way you're living that gives me a number to where there is no shock about all of a sudden a surprise heart attack. There is no, because if someone's, I don't care, let's say they're skinny and they're healthy, but their number's above 80, guess what? That's that skinny, healthy person that drops out of a heart attack. You never thought they were going to get it. That's that skinny, healthy person that has cancer. You never thought they were going to get it. But the LRQ will tell me every single time what's going on. Every single time. If you're 20 to 39, again, this is where we want to get you going, then there's some things that you're living and doing to yourself that's sabotaging it. And we got to change that. Whether you agree with me or not, that's the whole point. I didn't make the rules. Well, I can eat that and I'm just fine. I can eat oatmeal and I'm just okay. Well, guess what? If you're above 79, it's not okay right now because your body's taking that oatmeal and it's turning it into sugar. And it creates inflammation, which causes you to become brown grass, which may be one reason why the scale is not moving or you're not feeling healthy like you want to feel. 40 to 58, okay? Again, I'm like 45 last time I checked, okay? Wow, no, there's things I do that even sabotage myself, right? And I'll show you those when we go over the questions. But again, you need some attention because again, when's the grass in trouble? The minute you stepped on the hose or the minute you saw the problem, you got diagnosed with something, right? So this test tells me if there's any kinks in the hose. And then where do we need to fix it? And what kind of lifestyle changes do we need to make to fix it, right? It's all about lifestyle, okay? So I can argue with myself all the time. Well, I'm just in a denial, right? There's things I need to even work on, okay? But if you're 59 to 78, you're in pre-disease. Again, you may be right here, but you're in pre-disease, okay? You may be 1 month, 1 year, 5 years away from having that diagnosis you never thought you had. The problem is once the medical test says you have it, guess what? You've had it. You have it. It's there. So how you were living created it. How I was living created it, okay? Well, I didn't know. I'm not saying you didn't know, but now let's figure out what to do to get it back the right direction. Making sense? Okay. And then if you're at 79 or plus, we have work to do. Now, I've seen people in the 300s, the 400s, the 200s. It's just give me a number. Give me some objective measurements of what's going on so that there's no surprises. I want to make sure I deliver the promise to you. I want to make sure I'm practicing what I'm preaching and you're practicing what you're saying, right? And so this shows us that your health is headed the wrong direction. If you're 79 or below right now, you may be at your ideal weight. You may think you're strong, but there's other areas we need to get better so there's no surprises. That makes sense? This is a reality check right here with this kind of testing we do. Even if you begin slowly, at least you have started. And you're better off moving in the right direction slowly than the wrong direction fast. Okay? So that's what it tells me, right? That's what it tells me. And again, if you lower your LRQ now every 60 days, we recheck and we want to see it go in the right direction, then guess what? This scale may start moving too. But if your LRQ starts going down and this doesn't move, at least you're getting healthy and eventually this will kick in. Because everybody has, there's a reason why you're at your weight. Any toxins, any of those things, those bad dudes we talked about, that really specifically, this is how evil they are. If I break my neck, what shuts down? Everything, right? If I break my arm, I can still walk around. I don't have to be put in a lung machine, right? Think of Christopher Reeves. But if I break my nervous system, break my neck, everything shuts down. Well, when you put those toxins in your body that you don't know about, but they know about, and they know you'll buy them, guess what it attacks? Not just your gut, it attacks your nerve system, and the nerve system tells your body to store that in your fat. So if you've tried to lose weight, and maybe you've dropped 10 pounds, and then you could cut your leg off, and the scale won't move, it's because you're toxic. Now think about how cool God is. All the toxins in your body are stored in your fat. If you begin to burn fat, what do those toxins begin to do? Move close to vital organs. And your brain says, that's not good for me. So you are not going to lose weight. You are not going to burn fat because I don't want those toxins moving closer to me. So some of you, you may be at a certain weight, but you may be very toxic, which Dr. Majors was. And so I want you to get healthy. And then as your toxins begin to get released from your body in time through all the other essentials, then it kicks in when it's safe to burn fat. Does that make sense? So you really don't want to lose weight until it's safe to lose weight. You don't really want to start burning fat until it's safe to burn fat. Does that make sense? And some of you may want to throw your shoe at me right now, but just trust me. Okay? Trust me. So LRQ questions. All right. Now, do you exercise 3? So everybody pull out your worksheet. You have homework now. That was just the introduction. So if you need a pen, you need a pen. Okay, Liam, can I have pens? Grant, pens, please? If you need a pen, raise your hand. So now, I'm going to go through the questions. Some of the answers are a warning sign. Some of the answers are a choice. And I'm going to focus on the choice because the choices you can change. The warning signs you can't. But the warning signs are there because of the choices you're making. Okay? Everybody give my team a hand real quick, please. Love them to death. They put up with me. And what I say, I'm definitely a hormone disruptor sometimes to them, okay? So, do you exercise 3 times or less per week? Okay, if you do, good. Is it a short duration, high intensity workout, or is it a long duration treadmill workout? It should be something like Max T3, what we do here. Something should be your, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or sprint type, interval type of training, right? Because if it's not, then it can be, it can sabotage your healing process. Okay. Now, if you say you're, I guess again, this is gut check time for you. I'm too busy. I wish I had time to exercise. Then we need to fix that. So next to your area, you're going to see, do I exercise 3 or? If the answer is no, then I'm going to ask you, why not? because it would make the scale move. It would make you healthier. And again, I put workouts, I'll get to in a minute, on how to do that. But again, if you're not doing that, that is hurting you. And it doesn't matter what my excuse is. If I'm saving babies and kitty cats and I don't have time to exercise, I don't make the rules, that's still going to have a brown grass effect on my life. Okay? And again, I don't mean to be hard and pick on anybody, but it's just reality. If you're not finding time to do that, then that may be a reason, okay? Yep. Yes. Well, you should be, well, and again, keeping it basic. If you're not working out 3 times a week, let's start working on that. If you're not working at all out each week, come once a week. If you're working out the wrong way, then let's cut back and change that. I'm just saying that exercise, wrong or not exercising, is going to sabotage you. Okay? Can you do a little bit of something every day? Yeah. Yeah, you can. You can do it every day. Oh, I should need a break. Fine, take a break. But, it all depends on what consistency is the magic word. Consistent. What will you be consistent at? And how will you be consistent? Some of you are consistent in self-starters, self-motivators like Inspirational Eve here, right? Some of you need a video, right? Get the Max Sheath video. Somebody, people like me, I need to get up and go somewhere where there's other people around and not think and be told how to exercise. Because in my basement, I have everything I ever wanted, and I'm pathetic as far as motivating myself to work out. I'm pathetic. It's like I have to make myself get started. I just fall apart. But I go to the gym. I have my coach. He trains me. I work hard, and I do best. So know you and know what situation you do that in. So have you gained 5 to 10 pounds around your midsection? Warning sign. If you gained more than 10 pounds last year, warning sign. Have you had weight gain accompanied by high blood pressure, increased cholesterol, and or uncontrolled blood pressure? That's a warning sign. That's brown grass. That's not a sign of aging. Have you recently attempted to lose weight without success? Warning sign. Can't do anything about that right now. Do you crave sugar or carbohydrates? Warning sign. Do you crave stimulants? Warning sign. Do you consume caffeine? Yes or no? Why? I'm not here to say it's right or wrong, but if you're like, don't talk to me until I've had my first pot of coffee, you might want to change that. If caffeine is your natural Prozac, be careful. I drink coffee. I like coffee. I don't have as much as I used to, but I like coffee. I put organic heavy whipping cream in it. I think it's God's gift to man sometimes, right? Do I have a bad tolerance to dairy? Not really, But that's me. Maybe I have a cup a day, maybe a cup a day. I don't have more than 2 usually. As I'm working on myself and getting healthier, I've actually drink less coffee now than I used to. But again, if you need it to kind of get your day going, then it's a drug, it's a crutch. We need to talk about that. Get you healthy, right? How about alcohol? Okay? Again, I'm not here to say, if you do drink alcohol, ask yourself why you're having this. I need a break. I've had a bad day. Be careful. And here's the other problem, too. A lot of alcohol companies are cutting corners, and they're putting corn syrup and GMO in their product. So it's not bad enough you finally say, okay, I'm going to have a beer or something. I mean, I'm trying to just be real, right? But try to find organic sources, whether it's wine organic, whether it's beer organic. I'm not condoning alcohol. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, let alcohol be the only positive or negative effect, not the fact that the ingredients inside it may sabotage your health overall, right? Is that fair to say? Because some people say, oh, I had a Budweiser. Well, guess what? There's corn syrup and GMO in it. So not only does it make you gain weight, but now you're carrying around those toxins in your body for the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? Find a cleaner source of that. And then do you smoke cigarettes? Again, why? Why not? That's your own battle. Again, I'm too busy to exercise. Okay, fine, but don't get mad if you're brown grass. You have yourself. And some people say, hey, I'm fine with that. Good. Then you're fine with that. At least you know, right? Or you go, okay, I'm not ready. Or you're going through your worksheet. I'm not ready to work on that one yet. Life's too hard. Life's too stressful. Fine. Make that 70 now. I freeze you guys out. Some of you, now I'm not expecting all of you to work on this worksheet stuff all at one time. Some of you, if you smoke, it may not be your time. Just give up smoking right now. Your family will say, please don't quit smoking right now. We want you to be happy at least, But we need to work on that other things too, right? But again, are these choices? Yes. And if you modify these and made them better, would it make the scale move the right direction? Absolutely. Okay? So again, do you eat packaged or boxed foods? Yes. That's why the scale's not moving, because it's not food. That's a choice. Change your menu. Do you drink any type of soda pop or soda? That's a choice. I know a guy lost 50 pounds, and all he did is quit drinking soda pop. You drink less than 4 glasses of water per day. You need water. Drink water, right? Drink 2 of these a day. 2 of these a day. Drink 2 of these a day. Drink 2 of these a day. It's all I know. I keep it simple, man. I just drink 2 of these a day. How many ounces is that? I have no idea. It could be a liter. I don't know what it is, a quart, whatever it is. I just drink 2 of these a day. 36 ounces. Half your body weight in ounces. I'm close. I'm close. I'm close. Do you eat white flour, white rice, or white bread? Choice. Choice. Find out where your restaurant is. Find out what's going on. Choice. Almond flour, coconut flour, okay? Do you eat less than 5 servings of vegetables per day? Choice. Choice. Do you use artificial sweeteners like aspartame, Splenda, NutraSweet, Pink Pack, Yellow Pack, Blue Pack? Well, my diabetic, yeah, wrong information. Choice, and it's neurotoxic, makes you gain weight, shuts you down. Do you eat fried foods? Choice. Do you eat processed deli meat, bacon, sausage, or is it all organic? Do you use oils that are not good for your body because they're not food? All right, most of your fruit and vegetables you consume organic or not organic. Again, these are choices that do matter when it comes to being brown grass or green grass. Okay? Now, when I put action steps, what's your action step? Right now, nothing. I can't afford whatever it is. That's fine. My goal is for you to find 2 or 3 action steps on this sheet and begin working on it over the next 30, 60 days. Because one change will have a 10-fold, if not a 100-fold, increase in your body. One change will have a multiple effect on everything, right? All 76 things. But I couldn't tell which ones you all needed. Does this make sense? Okay? Good. Dairy products. Again, raw dairy, organic, because again, choice. Animal products from a farm or grocery or made in a plant. The Saturday before Father's Day, we're going to go down to a farm and check out the meat that we eat. We set a date, probably 12 to 2. We're going to go down to Corner Post Farm. We're going to look at the meat. We're going to have a big barbecue and have fun. Okay? So it's a Father's Day picnic, the 20th. I think it's the 20th. Okay? More information coming on that. But it's in Monument, so we're going to go down there, meet there. I'll take care of you. They're going to give us a tour of all the animals, how they're grass-fed and grass-finished. Chicken, lamb, cows, pigs, okay, organically raised. It's going to be really fun. We'll have fun with that. Yes? You might be able to buy meat there, but get with me afterwards and I'll show you how you can order. You order most of it online, and then you pick it up and things like that. So yep, online. Yep. Do you eat sweets? Candy cake, cupcakes that are made in a plant or made with tons of ingredients you can't pronounce? Choice. Begin eating food that you make from scratch, desserts, chocolate chip cookies, decadent brownies. It's all in our books. Do you drink more than 1 alcoholic beverage 3 times a week? All depends on how many kids you have. Right? 1 drink for each kid. You've got 4 kids. Hey, you just balance, right? Some of you go, hey, high five. No, I'm kidding. Do you have excessive thirst? Warning sign. Warning sign. Do you eat wild-caught fish less than twice per week? Choice. Do you eat grains containing gluten? Choice. Okay, you following me with the okay, good. Are we doing good? We're doing good? Okay, good. Do you feel like you lack energy or stamina? Warning sign. Do you have trouble waking up and starting your day each morning? Warning sign. Do you crave stimulants? Right? Sex, race car driving. I personally crave race car driving, skydiving, and high velocity biking. I don't know why. I just have something. Warning sign. Do you experience low energy or no motivation? That is not a tagline for you to drink Red Bull. Yes. Yeah. Right. Salmon's your friend, wild caught, preferably on the Maine side. I don't know if they even have salmon in Maine because of the way the things that happen in Japan with their radioactive stuff like that. So you got to be careful. The more north caught the fish, the better, right? Like tilapia on the Gulf Coast. But the highest mercury containing fish are shark and tuna. So you got to be careful. And probably swordfish too, because they're always fighting. But the thing, but yeah, so the further north, the colder the water, the less mercury toxicity. Which mercury's a toxin, right? Yeah. Can that make you gain weight, mercury? Oh yeah. Where would you find mercury at? Your teeth, vaccinations, right? And what does that mercury attack? The brain and spinal cord. The brain and spinal cord. Do you feel like you have reduced libido? Warning sign. Do you feel drowsy during the day? Warning sign. Do you have episodes of feeling faint, dizzy, or poor self-esteem? Warning sign. Do you have anemia, low iron? Warning sign. Again, you're living some way that's making all these things go to brown grass. Your hair, your skin, your nails. Again, if you're having issues with your hair, skin, and nails, warning sign. Hair lackluster, suffer from dry skin, acne. These are all warning signs. Sleep. You have to sleep. Some of you would move the scale if you got 7 to 8 hours a night of sleep. Okay, we're going to talk about in a minute, what time do you go to bed at night? We all know what time we're going to wake up, but are you just as militant on the time you go to bed, right? What time do I go to bed? 9 o'clock. I may still be awake, but I'm in bed. Or no, I may be with you, but I'm asleep. 9 o'clock. My eyes are open, but 9 o'clock, I'm like done. I'm done. 9:30, you do not want to keep me up past 10. No way. No way. I'll just go. I don't care if I'm at your house. I'll go on the couch and lay down. Wake me up when you're ready to go, right? Because I know the next day I will be brown grass and pathetic if I don't get my sleep. It's not going to happen. And you're not going to heal, and you're not going to get healthy, and you're not going to move the scale if you're shorting yourself on sleep. One of the most important things to recovery and health and healing is sleep. Sleep. There's a reason why we used to go to bed when the sun went down, and we woke up when the sun came up. It's really simple. It's not rocket science, right? We've screwed it up. So do you snore and have sleep apnea? Warning sign. Lifestyle diseases. Do you feel like you're aging quickly? Okay. Brown grass. Do you have silver amalgams? Again, mercury. That's a choice. The choice is, if you go to the dentist from now on, don't let them put that stuff in you anymore. And then down the road, when you're ready, let's talk about getting them out and how to do it in the right way. Because it is sabotaging you, and it could be keeping the scale from moving, okay? But that's a black belt move. That's not a first thing you do move.
It's the black belt.
Flu shots. Who gets the flu? Green grass or brown grass people? Brown grass. You get the flu shot. Does that make me green grass or brown grass? So wouldn't it be smarter and healthier and a lot safer to focus on being green grass and then not get the flu? And if you did get the flu, you're going to fight off a whole lot better because you're focused on being green grass, right? That's the reason why we're not necessarily pro-vaccine, because the toxins in our body make us brown grass. What I'm doing every day, and I'll show you in a minute, is it makes me green grass, so I'm not susceptible to all this stuff. You guys walk in here with all kinds of snotty boogers and cough and stuff like that, right? And you don't get sick, and I don't get sick. Didn't mean to gross you out, Coletta, sorry. And here's the thing. Oh, I don't want to cough on you because I'll make you sick. And what do I say? What do I say? Well, if you can cough on me and make me sick, then I can spit on you and make you healthy. That's what I say. Because it's really all about the germs, and my germs are strong green grass. Then let me spit on you. That's what the whole vaccine theory is. If bad germs can make me sick, then good germs should make you healthy. Just chew on that. So, do you live and work in a large metropolitan area? You might be able to move, you might not be able to move, but you could be in a sick building or a sick house, having mold causing you to be toxic, and that's why you're not moving the scale. You live in an environment that's unhealthy. That's a choice too. Do you have blood sugar problems, diabetes issues? Warning sign. Blood pressure, warning sign. And again, if you have the warning signs, that makes your LRQ number go up. So these things do matter. Well, it's hereditary. My mom had it. Now I have to have it. No, we're doing it, right? You have metabolic syndrome. Do you currently have or have previously had cancer? Warning sign. Because they might have took out the cancer, but you're still sick. And you haven't changed what caused the cancer to grow there in the beginning. Okay? Is this helping? Okay? We're going to go over. Are you guys good with that? Okay? Good. So I'm just getting through the introduction. Do you suffer from sinus issues, asthma? Warning sign. Do you get frequent colds and flus? Do you have autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis? These are all warning signs of brown grass. And what you do to make your number go down makes these all go away. Make sense? Getting you going to green grass makes all this stuff go away. Do you suffer from joint pain, muscle aches? Do you have headaches? Do you have a history of whiplash? Do you have chronic pain? These are all warning signs of why you're at brown grass, and more specifically, why the scale's not moving. Okay? It's not, oh, I just want to lose 10 pounds. Great. But where do we start? You know? I'm just going to take fat to gripper. That's all I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to take cholesterol, right? Which gives you runny diarrhea. Black tarry stools is one of the side effects. Great. Who cares? The scale went down 10 pounds, right? Digestion. Do you have concerns with bloating, right? Body odor, right? Not me. I'm good right now. Do you have any diarrhea? Are you constipated? Do you have diarrhea one day and constipation the next? I ate this today and I was fine. I ate it tomorrow and I can't leave the house because I'm on the pot all day. That's frustrating. That's a warning sign. That's not normal. Okay? Digestion. Do you have hemorrhoids? Do you have heartburn? Exercise. I have a special adjustment for hemorrhoids. So if you do, whisper in my ear. Don't announce it real loud. Okay? It's kind of embarrassing sometimes. But they're painful and they hurt. Heartburn. Okay? And the adjustment for hemorrhoids is nowhere near the area of injury. Okay? Let me just say that. I'm like, all right. Well, first of all, tell me how you're going to adjust me, right? That was pretty funny, wasn't it? That was good. Okay. Do you eat at your desk or while standing or on the go? How often? Ooh, every day for me. Every day for me, right? I deem my car a RV, right? Because it's just in there, right? I'm just eating, having fun. This is what I do. I'm very good at driving and doing things and stuff like that. Do you notice a decrease in appetite? Warning sign. Would you consider your lifestyle fast-paced? No. Denial. Do you worry, stress, anxious, overwhelmed, especially typically in low-stress situations? Again, stress is only stress. Yeah, Leah, let me raise your hand, Leah. Stress is only stress unless you make it stress. Let me say it again. Stress is only stress unless you give it the power to make it stress. Right? Right? And so that's the thing. Are you irritable? No. Do you feel faint, anxious, irritable, aggressive when you don't eat it regularly? We get, what is it? Hangry. I'm hungry. Hangry. Do you feel sad, depressed, uninterested in daily activities, or down without an identifiable cause? Now, I put choice because I'm a man, right? Oh, just get over it. But there's times when life does suck, and you have a choice. I'm going to make the best of it, or I'm going to make everybody's life miserable. It's your choice. I'm not saying to get happy. I'm just saying, you know what? If you have nothing nice to say, what my mother used to say, if you have nothing nice to say, nice, then say nothing at all. Just say nothing. You good? I'm good. I'm fine. Just because you think it, just because I think it, just because my kids think it, doesn't mean you have to say it. Okay? That guy's a jerk. We know that. But it's kind of like Captain Obvious. We get that, okay? So, just talking. How about your mind? Do you like structured, ordered, tending towards the compulsive side? Or are you angry if Dr. Arvey goes over? He said we're going to be done at 11. Well, guess what? We're not. Do you get seasonal affective disorder? Sad. I do. I love living in Colorado, except this week. I'm like, this is why I live here. Where's the sunshine at? I'm from Michigan. Hello. I need some sunshine. I have a choice. There's different things to do, right? Knowing the sun was going to come out tomorrow or Monday, right? Okay, so fine. You good? You like that one? Do you have any of these issues? ADHD. Again, who told you had that? Somebody else? Warning sign. Do you lack taking relaxing vacations? Or a break at least every 6 months? Guilty. Do you work more than 40 hours a week? How many hours a week do you work? Choice. Guilty. But I'm having fun. It's different. Ears, eyes, mouth. Do you have bloodshot eyes, burning gritty eyes? Are you sensitive to bright lights? Hearing, tongue, lips crack, mouth. See, when I'm at a party and I see this going on, I'm like, green grass, brown grass, brown grass, brown grass, brown grass, brown grass, brown. And it breaks my heart because I'm like, you don't want to hear anything from me. You know, and I just like, I sometimes hate going to malls or supermarkets because I see people with like big boxes of Splenda and I want to knock it out of their hands. They put that down. You know, it's going to hurt you, but we see this. Your extremities, that's your arms. Osteoporosis, shooting, tingling in your hands. Again, hot burning sensations in your feet. Do you have muscle cramps, muscle weakness, ligament joints? Again, we ask you all these questions because A, that means you're in green grass. B, you're in crisis. We need to get you healing, and that may be a reason why the scale's not going down. Is this all starting to come together? Make sense? Okay. Now, I'm not going to go over male health and female health. I don't care what's not working. I don't care what's itching, okay? That's for you to fix on your own, right? Because I looked at those questions, I'm not going to be talking about that. You know, I can talk about that with guys, but not, ladies, you're on your own. Now, privately, we can go over that, and I do want to be sensitive to it. Because let me just say this, as women, speaking as a woman, you know, the things they give you, whether it's birth control pills, all those different things, hormonal, they just really wreak havoc on your body and will shut you down. Creams, gels, whatever it is, it just has a very bad negative effect on your body. And that's enough what I want to say about female health. That literally the things that they give you or you're taking to somehow make yourself happy or skinny or just whatever because everybody else is taking it has a multiple negative effect on your body. Okay? And think about it. If you're taking birth control pills, maybe because you don't want to have children, that's fine, but you're shutting down how God made your body. And, oh, I'll be fine. Or I love it. I don't know if anybody in this room is here. Well, we're planning on having kids at 35. I'm like you're going to guess the year? And inside I'm going, ha, 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 ha. Let's see how that works for you. Now, I hope I didn't step on anybody's toes. But it's like, what do you're playing God, dictating when you're going to want this body to produce a child, and you really think it's that easy. It's not. And you will have repercussions down the road. So just be careful. Did I offend anyone with that? But I just laughed. Did I offend you? Sorry. Okay. Okay. Yes. What's the question asked? If you're ever on birth control pills, because guess what? If you've ever been on antibiotics, chemotherapy, birth control pills, is it still having a negative effect and making you brown grass until you detox it out of your system? Yes. Then we need then it's out of your system, and now we need to keep making sure you. No, you'd answer no. See, Leah is the structure, order, tending to compulsive side. That's why she's the bean counter, right? That's good. So, everybody say war plan. War plan. Remember I went back to parents and drinking alcohol? No, I'm just kidding. War plan. This is the key. This is the secret in the sauce, right? This is the key. You have to have a war plan. You guys know what war plans are? Okay. War plans. What does Dave Ramsey say if you're doing how to get out of debt? Tell every dollar where it'll be spent before it gets in your pocket. Because if you don't budget it out, guess what happens? It just takes wings and goes, right? I don't know what happened. It just left, right? So time is the only thing that is consistent in your life. You have 12 months this year. Am I the only one who used to go, oh, the kids are out of school. Crap, they're back in school. What happened to the summer? Right? Because summer just flies by, right? Not anymore, because we literally map out every day. Now, Dr. Joe, are you just being high compulsive and over-plan your life? Well, here's the thing. If I don't want a brown grass life, if I don't plan my life, somebody else will plan it for me. John 10:10, devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy my time, making me saying, I'll be happy tomorrow. I'll be happy next year. I'll be happy when that scale goes down, and I miss out everything. And if you have one leg, in yesterday and one leg in tomorrow, guess what you're doing to today? You're just peeing on today. Put that on my gravestone, right? Because that's where you're at. You're never consciously focused or present in this moment, right? Who was here to God adjust it today? Was I busy? No, I wasn't. I wasn't busy because all I saw and all I was thinking about was you on that table. Well, you're busy. I'm like, I am. I'm right here. I am presently conscious right here. I am not in yesterday. I'm not. My kids could be doing whatever they want with you. Now, I notice I keep an eye, but I am presently conscious right here. And you can feel it, I think, I hope. It's like the roof could blow off, and I'd be like, huh? What? You want to ask me a question? I'm like, well, I'm like, I can't. So literally, I don't care if there's a line at the door. Conscious, and that's how you should be. When you're with your wife or your husband, don't be at work. And with your kids, don't be at work. Be present. But you have to learn that, and you have to tell yourself where you're going to be at before you're there. Now, I am not the best at this, but I try. We look at our calendar together, Mrs. Arvin, and say, where do you want to go on vacation this year? Put that in. When you want to do date nights, put that in. I put in all the important things first, then I put in the work and stuff like that, right? Am I a pro at it? No. Do I get it right? Well, at least they're happy. They're okay. They give me grace. I don't work a lot. I work as much as they allow me because I put first things first. Does that make sense? And I want to teach you how to do that before we go so that A, the scale begins to move, B, you become green grass, and you know that every day now you're marching your way towards your goals and dreams, not just kind of letting things happen as they happen. Does that make sense? But this is the secret to the sauce. This is the only way you're going to pull off a great life, is on purpose. Because you have a great life, putting first things first. So, first things, you got to get your spine corrected because it controls, it's the fuse box to your body, mind, and spirit. You want to lose weight? This was Brian. Brian tried to exercise and take vitamins and go to Weight Watchers, and he couldn't lose weight. We looked at his x-ray, and he had a major kink on his hose, which was blocking his thyroid and metabolism, and his organs weren't shutting down, and he was at brown grass. Does that make sense? He started getting adjusted, got his spine corrected, kept doing all the other things, and he lost over 100 pounds. Because he tapped into one of the essentials, his nerve system. He might have been doing all the other things fine, but he just had a kink in the hose. Just wasn't working. So again, if you're not a member here and you haven't had your spine checked, that may be the reason why the scale's not moving. You may not have to change your diet yet. You may not have to start exercising yet. Because what are we spending money on right now? Diet. You can go buy another scale if you want to, right? Oh, what vitamin can I take? Well, I'm just going to exercise harder. Well, what medication can I take? Well, what can I suck out of me, right? You have no problem doing this with the promises of losing weight, but will you simply change your posture from this to this? Because as you go this way, they have a really nice place for you to spend the last 5-10 years of your life called a nursing home. As soon as you get to a certain point, everything shuts down and that's where you get put, right?
Yes, and I go there every week and they're like,
Yeah. So nothing else made him go like this, right? But we have no problem doing this, but for some reason, we have issues with coming in and getting our spine checked. So if you're a guest here today, the gift is to get an appointment with Leah. Raise your hand, Leah, before you leave. Set up a time, okay? It's $40 for you and everyone in your family. Special offer. You don't have to pay it today. You pay it when you come on your first visit. She'll set you an appointment, and we'll see if you have any kinks. What'd I say?
only with spine.
Oh, yeah, only with spine. This is not for the spineless. But how simple would that be if it is something in your spine and we correct that and your life begins to get better just by doing that? That's easy, right? It's very powerful and very effective, okay? So I want to make sure before you do anything else, we start here first. Because again, what controls what controls all these organs? Your nerve system. If you come out at 5 months and not 9 months, why is that a problem? You're not done cooking. What's cooking you? Your nerve system. That's why I'm a chiropractor. That's why I love being a chiropractor, because we can't get you better without this. Then eat. Okay? What are you going to eat? We have to eliminate the sugars. You have to eliminate grains. You have to get rid of and start eating the good fats, omega-3s, omega-6s. Fruit is not your friend right now if you want to lose weight, and you have to avoid toxins. Now, I have a lot more workshops and videos, and we go shopping just on this here, but basically the 5-finger diet. No more oatmeal, no more rice, no more bread. No more soda pop. And no more man-made desserts. If you just did that and ate grass-fed beef, lots of vegetables, made desserts out of the books we have here. I'm not telling you to stop eating less. Just transition and change what you're eating. Eat food. Let food be your medicine. Eat your way to green grass versus eating your way to brown grass. You're still eating, just one choice making you brown grass, the other choice making you green grass. Make sense? Yes. Because fruit right now in your body is sugar. When you get healthier to green grass, then you'll eat fruit and it'll have a sugary effect, but you'll be able to tolerate it more. Until you are at your ideal weight, off medication, and healthy. Now, well, no, not never. Plan A is if you say, oh, I'm not ready for that yet. Well then, no more fruit after 2 o'clock. There you go. See, that's the thing. Now, I want to have a banana before I go to bed. Not the best choice. Not the best choice. Because you want to burn that sugar out throughout the day. Okay? So, that's a better choice. See? That's good. Okay. Yes? That's perfect. That's different. That's not as sugar. They're not sugary. They're more acidic, and that's okay. Yep, that's good. I'm talking about bananas before bed, pineapple, stuff like that. They're very sugary. Again, I don't make the rules. When God made you, you were a fat burner. You could eat whatever you wanted and stay skinny. Then something happened and you transitioned to where now you look at a plate of cookies and you gain 10 pounds. Biochemically, what happened is you turned from a fat burner into a sugar burner. Okay? So now when you eat bread and grains and rice and fruit, you put it in this body that's no longer a body by God, but more like a body made by man because of what you've turned it into. So when you put that in your body, it even has more of a negative effect on you, right? So we have to go really hardcore, strict, to get you back to how God made your body, which is green grass, not full of sickness and disease. And then your body totally processes fruit differently. And you won't crave that fruit or that sugar, you know. I want ice cream. Well, instead I'm going to have a banana. It's still sugar. You're still not going to be satisfied. You're still going to just need something more, okay? The whole box of cookies, exactly. Well, why would they? Hey, if they only wanted you eating one cookie, why didn't you just put one cookie in the box, right?
Now, I find that little half a cup of ice cream before I go to bed is very good, and I don't gain weight.
Right. You don't gain weight, but it still may have a brown grass effect on it. See, the scale does not tell us green grass or brown grass, right? Now, fatty acid ratios are important as far as omega-6, omega-3. Understand, when you eat food by man, you eat the wrong kind of fats or man-made fats or hydrated fats or fried foods, that throws your ratio off. And the problem is that most Americans are 25-to-1 ratio, a 6-to-3, and you should be 2-to-1. Schizophrenia, again, the more your ratio of fatty acids are off, the more brown grass you are. Chronic disease, inflammation, things like that. So you need fat. We talk about how to eat those good fats, avocados, nuts, and seeds. We'll go over that in just a minute. Max T3, again, Max T3 either through the video or you have your workout. Let me see what you got here. Your Max T3 right here, home workout. This is a 6-minute workout, and this is a 12-minute workout. Just follow the instructions. There's the exercises. If you don't like these, do something different, but move, right? You can march in place, okay? And if you want to see what a real exerciser looks like, let me show you what a real exerciser looks like.
Good morning, it's Inspirational Eve. I wanted to share with you the fact that I got up this morning at 5-something and went out and exercised. And this is something I have been wanting to do for so long. And the alarm goes off at 5-something. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get up. I'm tired, I'm cold, I'm sleepy. Whatever the excuse is that I constantly tell myself. And I got up today. Yes. Yay. I feel so great. And I wanted to share this with you because A, I look not ideal, and I get up still, I go out and I interact with people this early, and I wanted to show you that it is difficult, but even I want to be an example for you that there are going to be times when you're so tired or you're not going to want to do something, but there's something that you want to do. There's an end result but you never do anything to get towards it. And I'm one of them. I do that all the time. And I wanted to share with you that this morning, although I'm tired, I just got back from Orlando, gotta go to work this morning. I'm tired. I don't think I can say that enough. I'm 3 hours behind right now, or ahead. So I'm 3 hours ahead, so that's messed up my sleeping patterns. But I still got up this morning. I'm starting a cleanse today. I'm so excited. And I just wanted to share with you that even though you want something, but to get there, it's too difficult, or feels I'm too tired to do it, or I don't have enough time. I want to let you know that you can make the time. You can make the sacrifice to get what you really want. We just make the decision not to do it a lot of the time. So just wanted to say good morning. By the time you see this, it'll probably be good evening. But have a great day and go out there and get what you want.
This is Inspirational Eve. She was on the doctor's show, and she's lost so far. But hey, so I want you to come up and talk to her afterwards, and get her card. She has counseling sessions. She's here to help you. She's really, really neat. So give her a hand for being here. So come see her afterwards, right? So I'm glad. So she'll give you her card. You can hear her story as we finish up here. So cool stuff. But I wanted to put that out there and just kind of, it was fun. Is there a thing when you actually were on the doctors there? I couldn't find that. Yeah. Okay. So go to her website. She'll be here. We'll get through this, and then we'll be done. So Max T3 is important. It is to get up. Because when you exercise, it makes you green grass. This exercise thing makes you sleep better. It makes you happy. It works on your serotonin levels. So literally I gave you, in literally 6 to 12 minutes a day, will be your best hormone, better than hormone replacement therapy, to make you happy, make you strong, and make the scale move. Just that there, okay? And again, we have some products here. MaxFit helps tap into the cortisol levels. Ashwagandha helps reduce cortisol levels. Green coffee bean helps you with your cravings. So we have nutritional products to get them as well. And today, everything is 15% off. And we have lots of nutrition here, right? But our goal is to get you living the right way and using whatever nutrition you need to help make the body get healthy back to green grass. So again, everything 15% off today. Now, I thought of you when I saw this here. It says, I don't have an ultimate goal weight because the scale doesn't define me. Amen? Now you know why. I define myself active, healthy, and happy. So, Inspirational Eve, that's when I show your video. So everybody pull out this last sheet, and we're going to wrap this up. Because now, what does this war plan look like on a daily basis? Everybody say daily. Daily. Not January 1st or January 2nd. So, if you have heart issues, if you have cancer issues, if you have weight issues, if you have depression issues, if you have digestive disorders, if you want to win a bodybuilding contest, whatever it is your dream is, if you want kids who get good grades, if whatever it is up to your war plan. The better the war plan, the better life you're going to have. It doesn't just happen by chance, okay? You just can't wing it. Can you wing your checkbook? Kids, no, okay? You can't wing it. So, when you wake up, right, you have your checklist right here in front of you, right? This is out of page 99 out of the Cancer Killer book. This is what Dr. Majors does on a regular basis to make sure he gets back to green grass and stays green grass. So I'm like, well, if that's how he lives every day not to get cancer, I should start living that day right now so that I don't get cancer, right? And if I did get cancer, I'd say, I did everything I could, but I'm not going to because I'm green grass. It doesn't happen that way, right? I've gotten arguments with family members saying, oh, you're going to get cancer someday. You wait. I'm like, no, I'm not. Well, everybody does. I said, oh, no, I'm not. Why not? I said, because this is how I'm living. It'd be very bad, right? So, wake up. What time do you wake up? You got to have your time. What time are you waking up? And hopefully it has been 7 or 8 hours since you went to bed. Okay? You can't go to bed at midnight and get to bed and wake up at 8 versus going to bed at 10 and getting up at 6. You'll be healthier if you go to bed at 10 and get up at 6. Well, it's 8 hours. No, your circadian rhythms matter, and it matters, okay? So go to bed early. Anytime after the earlier I get to bed, I'm like high-fiving, like, yeah, you know, it's because I want to get up. So when you wake up, what do you think? What do you tell yourself? You know, what's your first thought? your first thought should be, something good's going to happen today. Thank you for my wife. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my children. Whether you are right now or not, you got to start practicing gratitude. Thank you for what's going to happen today. Thank you for whatever good thing's going to happen. And if nothing good's going to happen today, then you have the opportunity to make sure something does good happen today. Whether it's eating dark chocolate, whether it's going for a walk, whether it's calling somebody, giving a hug to someone, focusing on other people's needs, you've got to get outside yourself. Then you're going to drink water. You got to get water into your system. Those of you who on a nutrition plan, you're going to take your nutrition. Some of you who work out in the morning like me, you're going to work out in the morning or do your spine exercises. Then you're going to have breakfast, either a protein smoothie, right? Or then you're going to take your vitamins if you need to. Some of you are deficient in nutrition that you only can get from vitamins. I don't use vitamins to treat brown grass, but if you're brown grass, there's certain nutritions that we can take, vitamins we can take, that will make us green grass and then keep us at green grass. Some vitamins you only take when you're brown grass, you get the green grass, and you don't need them anymore until you, by chance, fall back to brown grass. That's how we look at that. Then you have a morning snack, right? Then you get your adjustment if you're a morning adjustment person. And not just you get adjusted, but who should get adjusted? Everybody in your family, right? Because what good is it for you to become green grass while they all stayed home rotten and miserable in brown grass, right? Doesn't do any good. Doesn't do any good. Lunchtime. Again, this is what your day should begin to look like over the next 60 days. Okay, this is your goal. Now, lunch, right? You eat your lunch, what are you going to have? You wobble with your spine. You have a midday snack. Then you come get your adjustment. This may not be every day. This may be once a week, 3 times a week, depending on what your x-rays say you need. But then you have your dinner. Then you do a protein snack maybe, do your nutrition. Before you go to bed, what's tomorrow going to look like? Versus wake up going, oh, go. Start putting out fire, right? Well, I got this and this and this to do. Okay, fine. Then you go to bed, you lay in your rolls. You think, as you're laying in your rolls going, thank you for this today. That was really hard, but I think I'm going to be okay. That is whatever it is. Don't, but just be consciously aware of what's going on and around you. Be in tune with what you're doing. Okay? Now, morning focus. What time are you going to wake up? Okay? Get consistent. Get consistent. Brush your teeth. What are you going to brush it with? Something that's toxic or non-toxic? We talked about that, right? It does matter. Shower, skin, hair, makeup, right? What are you going to use? Are you going to blow everything you just did right by maybe some products? That's why I like having Eileen stuff here, right? Okay, now here's the thing we do. You guys get this? I got 10 things to do. I got 15 minutes to get them done. The problem is it's going to take you 5 minutes to do each thing. So you're thinking it's going to take you 15 minutes, and an hour later you're still doing it, and what happens to your stress level? It goes up, right? Well, stop. That's crazy. It's crazy. What do I need to get done? Now, what's expected of me? Now, granted, okay, you all have lives. There's things you have to get done, right? We all can't go to Jamaica to the Biggest Loser and try to lose weight, right? I wish we could, or whatever it is, right? But what are the 1 or 2 or 3 things that you have to get done before lunch? Get these done first. Don't practice analysis paralysis or procrastination, dishwater diarrhea, whatever you want to call it, right? You'll find 10 things to do to avoid doing those 1, 2, 3 things that move you the right direction. Get your workout in. Get adjusted. Eat breakfast. Get those things done. Afternoon focus. Again, you try to cram in an hour's worth of stuff when you only have 15 minutes. Don't do that anymore. Start mapping it out. What do you have to get done, though, that's going to take care of you, your family, and your kids, or wherever you're at? Evening focus. Again, this is time to start to unwind. Well, I got to get this done now, right? What's expected of me? When am I going to rest? When am I going to sit down? When am I going to get ready for tomorrow? What do I do again with my skin, hair, and teeth? Do I have any sugar cravings at night? Sugar cravings, real simple. Grab an apple. Grab almond butter, healthy peanut butter, and eat as much as you want until the sugar craving goes away. Take celery. Scoop it in the almond butter, healthy peanut butter. Eat as much as you want until the sugar craving goes away. Take some healthy, organic coconut butter. Take some almond butter or peanut butter. Put a little spoon in each little bowl. Put some organic cocoa nibs on it, 100% cocoa, and eat that. That'll make the sugar craving go away. When you have a sugar craving, it's because your body's craving protein and fat, not because you're deficient in Ben and Jerry's or a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Okay? I promise you, your body's saying, I need good fat and good protein. It's not saying, hey, I just need some of that Haagen-Dazs, right? Okay? Although that Haagen-Dazs with the caramel and the chocolate now, have you seen those commercials? I'm like, ooh, man. But there are we do talk about vacation meals. I'm not saying you can ever eat whatever you want again. It's just right now it's part of the all-the-time diet, not the once-in-a-while diet. We need to change that. So again, wrapping this up. Okay, Dr. Joe, bare bones. Give me what I got to do to get the scale moving in the right direction. Okay? Science says, first of all, get a kink out of the hose so that your thyroid, your hormones can begin to rebalance. By getting adjusted and doing your home exercises that some people are too busy to do, you don't realize that's going to balance your hormones. That's going to help you lose weight because you're taking the kink off the hose. Right? Then, if you haven't yet, take the LRQ online. It's free. If you haven't taken it yet, get set up with May and Leah, and we'll get it set up. Once you do that, now it's time for a nutritional consultation. Schedule a time on a Saturday where we'll bring you in, I'll look at your test, and I will muscle test you to find out what nutrition you need, not too much, not too little, how much, because all of you have this friend who took this one product and lost 80 pounds. And you've been taking it and nothing's happening. Well, maybe your body doesn't want it. Maybe you're taking too much. Maybe you're taking too little. I don't know. I don't know what you need. You might need vitamin D, but how much do you need it? Now, there's some basic things that are good for you there, and everything's 15% off today. But what makes me, the doctor, more is that we will test you to find out what you need and how much of it. And we do that for every 60 days so that your LRQ and the scale begins to go down. Does that make sense? Make power shakes. Today, get some perfect greens and some max and perfect protein and vitamin D and omegas. These are basic things, right? Get a book and start reading it. But these are the key action steps that will give you a 100-fold increase in your temps. And if you're not doing this, then that's where I would start. Make sense? Okay? Again, now, what if you're doing everything right, but everyone else around you is sabotaging? Okay? We need to help them get healthy. So what do they need to do? They need to start doing this. Or they're going to become brown grass, and the stress is going to pull you down the brown grass, and your family's just going to shut you down. And I don't want that. Because again, who needed to hear this today? I mean, can you think of somebody who would have benefited by hearing this today? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who wants to lose weight? Everyone. Or gain weight? Everyone. Who wants to get healthy? Everyone, right? Yet we're hoping it comes from some magic muscle milk or fat the gripper or whatever it is, or thigh master thing or something, right? And we've all bought them. But the power is where? It's in you. It's in you. And so next June 13th is we'll do Who Broke My Scale 2, right? Because I realize, I'm not going to show it, realize on your checklist, pick only 1 or 2 or 3 things to work on. And then come back next month, and we'll get a bigger place if we have to, and I'll go through everything again. You'll go, oh, wow, I overcome that. Now I'm ready to go on to this next one. Because you can hear it again, and you'll hear something completely different, right? And it'll help you keep going towards brown grass. And the very person you know that needed to be here, they can do an LRQ online. They can come back next month and help them begin to defy aging, right? I'll be 50 in September. Lose weight, right? And feel young. Because if we do this, here's the mission. What happens to families? Healthy or sick? Healthy. You change yourself, you change the world. Think about that. What about children being checked at birth for kinks in the hose? Then children playing in school. Better test scores. Safer schools. Hurt people hurt others. Healthy children are fun to be around. They don't bully. They love each other. They nurture each other, right? By becoming green grass, we could solve a lot of society's problems, but it starts with you. Because if this scale doesn't move, if mama ain't happy, and happy Mother's Day to everyone, okay? But then again, think about this. You want to do something about cancer besides wear pink t-shirts? Okay? Heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, crime, love and respect for young and old. By you becoming green grass, by you getting healthy, taking responsibility for your own life, now you know how, Now each of you need to have 2 or 3 steps to do that. Now the responsibility is on you. The power is in you. You can be the difference. You can make a change. You can make a change. And then put an end to unnecessary suffering. Amen. Good job. Give yourself a hand for being here.